Another August evening, another fest beer I've got to drink for y'all. Today it's going to be the Icicle Leavenworth Fest beer, limited release out of Leavenworth, Washington. Hey, welcome back to Chewing the Brew. I'm Matthew. So today I have my third of the Oktoberfest Märzen beers that I have drunk so far this year. Previous years I mostly did roundups with 3, 4, 5 different beers all in one big macro video, but this time I've spread them apart. There's still plenty of time left in the year. I might find enough. I need to justify doing another roundup, but not yet. So far I have done the traditional Icicle Oktoberfest Märzen, which is a Märzen, not just a fest beer. The Märzens are the traditional, original, historic festival beer for Oktoberfest, but due to the nature of that party, they saw fit to develop a lighter, more crushable fest beer. So there's the Märzen and there's the fest beer. And if it says Märzen fest beer, it's a Märzen. Märzen fest beer. The fest beer is the lighter party beer, right? So I had the Icicle, which was a Märzen, very traditional, very malty, beautiful beer, wonderful beer. And I also had the 2025 Sierra Nevada fest beer. It was not a Märzen, it was a fest beer, so it was lighter. And it was okay. I felt it was too hopped, though when I had it with a meal later, I found that the bitterness didn't impact in the same way when I was eating food with the beer, and it made the beer totally different in character. So I still stand by that beer being too heavily hopped this year. So back to the drawing board and better try next year. But it's still not a bad beer. And this is Icicle's fest beer, Icicle out of Leavenworth, Washington, which is a little bit of a German town up in the mountains in Washington, a bit of a tourist town. I've enjoyed my other Icicle beers that I've had. There's 1 or 2 of them on this channel, and I have really high hopes for this. Though I must say that it is very pale for a fest beer. Generally, even the fest beers, I would expect to have at least some copper, some red tint in there. But this is very pale for a fest beer. Let's see if I can get the head back. There's a little bit of the head. So very pale. Light honey, really light honey. The Sierra Nevada was a deeper honey. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm picking up crackers, I'm picking up grains, I'm picking up malts. There's a light European hop to it, but very light. But there's also a meatiness, like I want to say grilled chicken in the next neighbor's yard kind of thing. Some interesting funk to it. That's really interesting. So we've teamed up with our friends at Brewed Brewing and Doghouse Brewery to offer you a truly local collaboration fest beer. Okay, so those are 2 other local breweries. Smooth, malty, biscuity, yeah. And like I said, I'm expecting this one to be very traditional, considering that it's made by a good brewery in a German town. It's an American German town, but still, yeah. Anyways, so that's an interesting funkiness, interesting body. It's still within the range of traditional. I'm just wondering where that kind of roasty, almost meaty character comes from. This doesn't have as much aroma as the Sam Adams, not Sam Adams, as the Sierra Nevada. Like, I have to really stick my nose in. But it is mostly light, the Vienna malts, yeah, Vienna Pilsner, and they do use wheat in this, so this is definitely not traditional. Let's see how she tastes. I likey. Oh. Yeah, that's a nice finish. Oh, and it's mouth-watering. Oh, that's interesting. So, there's a definite malt sweetness to this, like a pretty significant one, which you would expect, even in a fest beer, they should be malty. Malt, 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 malt. This one, the sweetness at points comes across as almost syrupy, which makes me wonder if some of the malts that were used in this were like the syrup malts. I don't want to disparage. I know when you're home brewing, those like the pre-done malts where it's just a syrup, you're basically getting the wort already. It's a huge labor saver, time saver, and allows you to get cut out a huge chunk of your prep work. But it's just like it's not like the beer is super sweet, but there is a thin line of significant sweetness traveling through. But that at the same time, there is a really nicely earthy, biscuity, bigger body that's also like it's taking up more of the flavor bandwidth, but it's not necessarily a stronger flavor. It's kind of interesting how it's balanced out there. Yeah, and I'm going to guess that this too pairs well with food, particularly the savory, rich sorts of foods you're expecting in a traditional Oktoberfest party. Lots of sausages, savory sausages. There is definitely bitterness to this, but it's very much more like a European style, earthy, darkly leafy, rather than like the bright pine and resinous aromas you're expecting from an American hop. This is very much more earthy, dark, kind of foundational bitterness. And it's not a small amount either. It doesn't build in the same way the Sierra Nevada one did and like become this huge bitter backbone, but it is present. And that same thing that I ended up actually appreciating in the Sierra Nevada when I started eating food with it, I imagine that's going to work really well, really nicely with this. Yeah, this is a good beer. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this more than I enjoyed the Sierra Nevada, though I think some of that comes from the fact that I learned better how to appreciate what the Sierra Nevada was, even for its choices I wouldn't have made, that kind of thing. But I mean, they're the experts. Everyone's a critic. They're the ones who actually make the beer. And I'm grateful to good companies that make quality beer. You know, just not every beer is for every person. This beer is for me though. But being that these are out early enough in the year, and I have got the videos released early enough in the year, you might still have time to find them on the shelves. So do that. If you like your Oktoberfest beers, or you want to know what the heck this Oktoberfest thing is all about, definitely get one of the original traditional Martins. Eyinger you can usually pick up at Total Wine. You might be able to find it in other places, but the stuff at Total Wine was actually dated the same as the Sierra Nevada that I picked up. So it's actually relatively fresh, though whether it was kept chilled the whole time, that we never know. Probably not. If you have a more local brewery that makes fest beers, try them. Generally speaking, just recommendation. The fact that the beer is highly malty and not very highly hopped, and so long as it is packed in a dark brown, not green, dark brown glass bottle or a can, it should travel reasonably well. And so long as it's not more than a couple months old, it should be still relatively close to how it's intended to be. But beer is alive, and beer does change. And beer can degrade if it's exposed to too much heat, too much light, if it's in a green glass, and other things like that, right? So make your choices wisely, but enjoy good beer. And this is a good beer that's worth enjoying. This is me, Matthew. I've been drinking and enjoying the Icicle Leavenworth Fest beer. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side.